All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We're here in downtown Minneapolis, and I'm just walking up to the building complex where Derek Chauvin is currently on trial. The courthouse and the town hall here in downtown Minneapolis. As you can see, some of the residential buildings, this is an apartment building right here, also has some reinforcements of its own. You can see they have a fence set up here, and then as we walk over here to the complex where Chauvin is being tried, you'll see much heavier reinforcements manned by National Guard, local and state police. And downtown Minneapolis very much feels like a ghost town here. So I see some comments. This is actually a residential tower right here, but wait until you see the reinforcements up here, which are surrounding the courthouse. I'm just going to take a little tour with you guys around there right after I let these cars pass. Where's the razor wire? When we walk up there, I saw some razor wire surrounding a few of the police stations here in Minneapolis, but no razor wire on the top of these fences right here, although I will say they are quite tall. It's telling me the sidewalk is closed here. As you can see, it's pretty quiet down here. You got the headquarters of the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, which is boarded up. No surprise there. And here you go. So here you can see much heavier reinforcements. I'm going to try to run in front of this car. So there you can see, it's not razor wire, but it is barbed wire. Razor wire light, as you can see right there. For those of you asking where the protesters are, we were out last night in front of a different building in Brooklyn Center, about 10 minutes north of here. And that's where we saw a fourth night of demonstrations, hundreds of protesters out there. Unlawful assembly was declared last night, and the law enforcement, actually a new development was the fact that law enforcement no longer was using tear gas because of the residents in the area complaining that their kids couldn't breathe, etc. So they actually did not use any tear gas last night. But as I'm speaking to you guys right now, I can literally, my skin's still burning from all the pepper spray. So that's what happened last night. But as you can see here, pretty quiet in front of the courthouse. We obviously have plenty of media positions here. A lot of network news. And as you can see, you got some National Guard vehicles. It's a personnel carrier. Got another media position here, folks. And we're coming up now on Town Hall, City Hall. So you can see we got plenty of security inside of there. And concrete barriers are set up. And this is City Hall right here. It's actually quite a beautiful building. And we've been on the ground. Our team, as you can see, we've got some graffiti here, actually. Let's see what we got here. It's actually like chalk. So you can see most of the businesses here, basically all the businesses here in Minneapolis have been boarded up. And we've been here on the ground for 3 days now. So obviously we're on Facebook Live right now. You guys are able to comment. If you have any questions, go ahead and do a kickflip. Can't do it. I used to be able to do a kickflip. Feel free to ask whatever questions you might have about what's going on here in Minneapolis. I think I can walk through here, so I'm going to go for it. As you can see, though, plenty of reinforcements. Why am I not in Brooklyn Center? I was in Brooklyn Center, dude. I was in Brooklyn Center until 4 a.m. last night. I'm literally, my skin's still burning from the pepper spray, and I'm not kidding. I was just getting coffee this morning, and I started coughing violently inside of the coffee shop because I had so much pepper spray up in my mask from last night. I didn't realize. How long will this be allowed? That's a good question. I mean, after the first night of the Devontae Wright protests, we thought it was just going to be one night. Oh, wow, there's someone doing tricks out here. After the first night, we were expecting things to die down, but honestly, the numbers have been sustained for the last 4 nights. A couple hundred protesters out there. Were they still looting stores? There was looting on the first 2 nights, but the last 2 nights there hasn't been any looting. There were hundreds of protesters. There was plenty of projectiles being thrown at law enforcement. There was plenty of pepper spray, pepper balls, rubber bullets, but no looting in the last 2 nights that I'm aware of. As far as the court proceedings, I believe that final arguments begin tomorrow. As far as the proceedings today, I'm actually not sure. Pepper spray is definitely better than bullets. So as you can see, I mean, this fence, check this out. This is probably the highest personnel fence that I've actually ever seen. And I've been around the country to Portland and elsewhere. This is 12 feet at least. 12, 14 feet. You can see it's similar to what you'd see in like a place like Portland, but the fencing is actually narrower. So you can't even really reach anything through. You can get through right here on the gaps, but this fencing is much more tightly woven than what you normally see on a personnel fence. But you can see they added an extra section to it. So like at the Capitol, the fence around the Capitol was 8 feet. So basically right up here. But then you can see they just added another 3 or 4 feet to the top of it. So, but no razor wire on the top, which is different from DC, which obviously had some razor wire. Monday final arguments. Thank you very much to Monica for the info. So the fence does not look too secure. You're right. I mean, in Portland, we saw a fence similar to this come down, no problem, with a couple of ropes and 20 people. Doesn't take much. It's a good thing it's not electrified. I would have just electrified myself. I don't know. I've seen basically every single riot control munition used. Everyone in the book except for fire hose. I've even like had the audio, that really loud tone that basically just messes with your ears and makes you want to get out of there. Saw that in Kenosha, but I have not seen any water cannons. Never seen that. Got some skater dudes here. Missed it. Oh, he stuck that though. So that is the spot. And obviously they're doing their best to prepare for whatever may come. As to whether or not this will be sufficient, that's another question for another day. See, it's also got the base plates on here too. Oh, water cannons are illegal in the U.S. There you go. Well, that answers that. But we've seen all the other riot control munitions, basically. We've seen pepper balls, which are like the little paintball type things that when they break on your clothes, they have irritant in them. We've seen the rubber bullets, and actually something that I saw here that's actually different from any of the other rubber bullets that I saw elsewhere is they had these 40 millimeter marker rounds, which is like the instead of a rubber tip on the bullet, it's like a breakable piece of styrofoam that's either bright orange or bright green. So when you shoot someone with it, it breaks apart and puts a neon powder on there. So that was something new that I haven't seen with all the unrest that we've had over the last year or so. So yeah, here's the razor wire there. It's not razor wire, it's just standard barbed wire. How you doing, folks?
You're good.
Oh, excuse me. Hey guys, stay safe. Well, there you go. You got a little look in there. And definitely got some barbed wire action. And here we got a demonstrator here, lone demonstrator. So check this out. We got the personnel carriers over here, and even a little mobile tent set up. Looks to be National Guard. And those are sheriff's deputies right there. So we got sheriff's deputies, we got private security, we got National Guard.
Oh, they have the mics up there? Yeah.
And oh, here we go.
Just a few.
There's some razor wire. I don't know what it's doing down there. Maybe they're saving it. Yes, they use it to identify the aggressor. I think that's right.
I saw Ronnie Floyd walk over. I haven't seen Philly, so I was waiting for Philly. Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. It hasn't started yet.
There's some razor wire. Oh, so you try to jump. There we go. You try to jump this baby, right? So you try to jump this fence, and you're gonna have a hard time because you're gonna land in there. And then there's more barbed wire on the other side. Would not recommend. And it looks like some of these, you got a court TV truck right there, right? So if you guys are watching the court proceedings right now, these trucks are the ones that are basically relaying that signal back to the studios. And so if you're watching it on court TV, this is they call it a microwave truck. So if you see the dish on top, it could be a small satellite truck, but that satellite dish will relay the signal up into the sky, and then it comes back down to the studios at Court TV. Yep, never thought I'd seen a war zones in the USA either, but I've seen a couple of them this year. You might be able to jump from one to the other. I don't know, though, because you'd have to get over this razor wire. Let me see if I can get up here. Hold on, let me put the phone down so I can get up. Yeah, so it'd be tough. It's like a solid 5 feet. Then you got barbed wire on the other side, but definitely don't fall down there. So as I wrap up this little walk around here, if you guys have any other questions about what's going on here in Minneapolis, feel free to fire them off. We're actually about to pack up and head up to Brooklyn Center again. What is this for? Is this for, well, when the decision does come down in the Chauvin trial, we presume that there will be some unrest. So that's what this is for. It's a razor wire moat. That's like exactly what it is. Never seen that before. See something new every day. And see you got National Guard troops stationed overseeing the building here. Came in late. Sandy, this is the reinforcements outside the courthouse where Derek Chauvin's trial is going on. You're welcome for being on the scene. You and my mom both want me to stay safe, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do what mama says. Although I will say I'm still burning a little bit from that pepper spray last night. I took quite the pepper spray bath just trying to film what was going on with the protests. And check out the media set up over here. Got this guy's wearing a bulletproof vest. I won't even tell you guys if I ever wear a bulletproof vest because I don't want anyone to know. If I did, I wouldn't tell you. Hey, we got a press conference coming up or something? Who's it with? Oh, okay. Do you know what time? Okay, thank you. That's true. They did. Well, they come out before dark, but then usually it's the demonstrations, like the ones in Brooklyn Center, have been happening basically around 6 p.m. every night. 5 p.m. people start to show up. As you can see, as I head back towards my vehicle here, you can see even the residential apartments have reinforcements around them. All right, guys, so as I head out of here, let me know if you have any other questions about what's going on here on the ground in Minneapolis. We're here another night tonight. If you have anything you want to see, anything you think is missing in coverage of what's going on right now, now's the time. Yeah, we were actually out here asking protesters and just community members what would happen if Chauvin wasn't convicted of murder. And every single person said the city would burn, basically. So we're prepping for that. I really hope that, I pray for our country. I pray for the safety of its citizens, and I just hope that we can all get through this together. But hope is one thing, reality is another. Yep. Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate that, buddy. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. That is the courthouse right there. Hey, Rob. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're the National Guard station. There's there's vehicles out there, but that they're staying in nearby hotels. The National Guard is here. Saw National Guard, like over hundreds of National Guard in the last couple nights up in Brooklyn Center. Here we go. This is our solitary demonstrator here today. Is the verdict coming today? No, the verdict will be weeks away. The closing arguments start on next week, but it'll be a while. Thank you, Terry, for the prayers. Monday they will resume. That's correct. And another media position right here. More media than like anybody else on the streets right now, for real. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm gonna tune out. We're gonna head down to Brooklyn Center, which is the location of all the unrest that's going on right now. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate the questions. Appreciate the prayers. We'll continue to provide you guys coverage, and we'll be live again tonight. So let's tune in. I'll tell you what, I don't see no cable news down there providing the coverage that we are. So I don't live near here. I live in DC. I am actually quite glad that I don't live in Minneapolis, to be completely honest. Well, we're telling the truth, so just keep tuning in. Get your news from the Daily Caller and you'll be good. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks, Claude. Welcome back to summer 2020. I hear that. I'm getting deja vu. I'm getting major deja vu. Like, it's happened a little earlier than it did last year. Obviously, it broke out in May last year, but thanks, Deborah. All right, guys, I'm going to tune out. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. And tonight, we'll be on the ground, Brooklyn Center. Lisa Benetton, Richie McGinnis, and Jorge Ventura. Daily Caller Squad. Riot Squad. Thanks, Demi. Hell yeah, Jamie. Hell yeah, Daily Caller rules. There you go, Kev. Yep, we'll be back in DC this weekend. They're already planning protests for Friday. I wear a gas mask when I have to, all right? Thanks, Shirley. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, Joe. Love you guys. Thanks, Lacey. God bless, and God bless America.